that we would carry on just a little bit further with the mush part, the aspect of you, your something that belongs to you. So yeah, hopefully that you're able to see the notes from last Wednesday, Bobby and Ty. I will continue forward with mush. Not the oatmeal or cornmeal you eat in the morning, but mush, the aspect of you, your possession, that's something that belongs to you. Šínmaš. Šínmaš. Now this is relate to their family. No, you're introducing yourself. Let's say you would, because that's what I'm working with my the college students is introductions. And you have someone that maybe in there, they'll come up to you directly, Šínmaš, itla or pcha. Actually, they'll probably be more formal about it. Šínmaš pcha, Šínmaš shit, Šínmaš katla, Šínmaš tilla, Šínmaš Allah, Šínmaš pusha. Going back to that far to your parents and your grandparents, about who you're like, finding out who your bloodline is, your family tree. Šínmaš. And a lot of times, so just be basic about it. Šínmaš naimu or naimuma. That's who is your relatives, who's your relations. Giving it more broad than just your direct family. Because sometimes some families are not as close as you may think. That maybe you don't get along with your parents, or maybe you don't get along with your grandparents, or you might not even know them. That's the thing. But you know your family members, like maybe your aunts and uncles, or maybe your other grandparents. That's the reality of how things are. With some people that may have grown up maybe in a foster system that may not even know who their family is, and they're trying to reconnect, and someone will come and ask them, Šínmaš naimu, who's your family, who's your relatives? And they'll say, well, so and so's my aunt. But oh, she's sister to this and this and this is their parents. Kind of get an idea, kind of trace back your lineage that way too also. Then you got Šínmaš tway. Who's your friend? Or if you brought more than one, tway. Maybe you made a brand new friend on one of your travels. You decided and you invite them over to your home, meet your family, and someone will ask Šínmaš tway. Maybe one of your kids may have made a new friend and to bring him back. Šínmaš tway. Šínmaš tway. And these are just two, I would say, the two basic examples of wording that I've heard common. And when someone's asking who you are, who's your family, actually.
Hey,
And sometimes, yeah.
Šínmaš iʻayčšána. Did you have a chance to ask Thomas about that?
No, I didn't. But that question, actually, that word works in that too. Spell. Šínmaš spite. Spite. Myself, I think that barred I is kind of optional also. And that's asking another again, who are you? What are the roots? Who's your family tree? What are the roots of your family? Spite it, actually, too. You say it that way, how John said it. Spite it. Šínmaš spite it. Are there any other examples of where you use this Šínmaš? Who is your Šínmaš?
Šínmaš sapsik ʷała.
Šínmaš sapsik ʷała. Who is your teacher? That's something. See that Thai is on here, and can use parents can use that on Thai when you start school next year. Šínmaš sapsik ʷała. Who's your teacher?
This is Thomas.
What other examples you would use? What other forms could you use this in? Šínmaš sapsik ʷała. We have Šínmaš naimu or Šínmaš naimuma. Šínmaš tway or twayma. Šínmaš spite.
Didn't Alan for a supervisor? I know you gave that last week, I think.
Šínmaš sapsik ʷała. That's we we had that discussion too about the difference between a supervisor and a caregiver, because we would use that exercise of find things that describe you in a dictionary, and one person they see the definition babysitter, but Kakinash came in here and he looked at it and says, yeah, in a sense that does work, but are you there just to watch the kids, or are you there to really take care of them, feed them, play with them, interact with them? It changes. So a term in there that would be like a supervisor, one that's not really involved. They're just making sure that you're doing your job. That's it. That would be the wala kilusla. Wala kilusla. That's really like a boss that's let's say like prison guard, supervisor. They're you report to them, but that's they just make sure you do your job. That's it. They're not there to be part of the team so much. And that nuisla is more different. That'd be one that takes care of everything. Hands-on, nurturing, warm, comforting, welcoming. That's not nuisla. The wala kilosla would be like a supervisor, because they got their job and they're just there to make sure you're doing your job. That makes sense? But if that sounds like too harsh, too mean, you can even also call him a leader, and that would be what ʷała? What ʷała? What ʷała? The leader, the one that goes first. What tway? What itutíšána? That's the leader, one that goes first. Do we have any other examples of who would try to find out who is what? Šínmaš wala kilusla, Šínmaš what itutíšána? Ishtam.
Who's your túta?
Šínmaš túta.
And yeah, these sometimes the idea of that word, even the formal words, get thrown about. That sometimes some people will say, if you're talking about your parents, you use the formal terms. Like, it's not a must. You do have a dad. Use the word Šínmaš túta. I'm not gonna be all Mr. Formal about it all the time. I say Šínmaš shit. Who is your father? That's really really formal about it. So, no, who's your dad? Šínmaš túta. Any other examples? Šínmaš túta. Šínmaš
áyat.
Who is your wife? Áyat. Who is your wife? These will be all put them in their parents. Túta, isla, áyat. Not but is a husband. Áyat is the wife. Any other examples?
Is ithla formal or informal?
Would be the more informal. Would be the casual. Isla. You know, it's my mom's, that's my mama, it's my mommy, my ma.
And then what's the formal?
Cha. Cha is your mother, is how you say mother. And shit is father. So cha is mother, shit is father. That's being very formal, very polite. No, shin mashwap cha, shin mashwap shit. Well, might be really laid back with the person. That's what he said. Miss shin mashwa túta. Shin mashwa isla. You can even now shorten it too. Shin mashwa tut. Shin mashwa ish. No, that's very, that's very laid back. It's very calm and relaxed with the person. Any other examples of shin mashwa? And also, if you can't remember some of these words, always good just to remember the question itself. You could throw that in. Shin mashwa teacher. Shin mashwa supervisor. Shin mashwa dad. Shin mashwa mom. Shin mashwa friends or friend. Shin mashwa family. No, it's as long as you remember how to ask the question. This blank, because this blank spot was always going to be always changing. It's always going to change. So it's going to be a new form, a new person in there. That makes sense? But you remember, just remember the question's always the same. Shin mashwa, shin mashwa. Now you can be very, very relaxed. And say ʷała. No, this is. No, now you're introducing them. You're answering the question. ʷała or pawá. These are. Or chima, actually. Right? Chima pawá. This is one friend. Chima pawá. These are. You can say uʻanisha. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if me and John were friends for a long time and he's never met my parents, never met my dads, I'm pretty sure my dad would ask me this question. Shin mashwa? Shin mashwa khatwai? And yeah, no, it's this would be me. Oh, uʻanisha, John. Now, if there's more than one, oops, it just goes and it goes on for a long time. However, same with this one. With these ones, because there's more than one, like to indicate that. Pawá, James Sally just you're going off, a whole bunch of friends you're introducing to your family or your other friends. Any questions? Any questions?
Do you need to add something into iʻayčšána and pawá to say my? If you're answering this question, is it just assumed that it's my, or do you need to use in me?
My thoughts is that the question is already implied.
Okay.
So it's already your Šínmaš. But if you want, yeah, put in me in there between both of them after iwa. Chiwa and me. Then you're just rephrasing the whole question, rewording the whole question. Chiwa and me tway. You're adding in the whole. You're answering the question with part of the words in it. Šínmaš tway. Chiwa and me tway. Here. That's what I say. It's already implied in the question. Šínmaš. Whoever's in this spot, tway, naimu, sapsik, even sapsik, for those that's in the middle school, you got more than one teacher. Middle school, high school. That even if like you sit there and you forget to introduce them, or even the parents are going to be all rude about it and ask right there on the spot, that they'll ask to wait till later too. Šínmaš. Maybe they're there for a brief time and then they leave. That even she and chima will drop out. Like Šínmaš tway, they walk out. So I'll be right back. Oh, iwa. Iwa, he is or she is. Or pawá, they are, you can say their name, you can say where they're from. That makes sense? Must sound confusing, am I? All right. Any questions, comments, concerns regarding Šínmaš? Now, this is probably the simplest, one of the simplest answers that you can give when regarding this question, Šínmaš.
What about who is beside you or who is next to you? Would
Like
that be in that
who's
same wording?
Like who's standing next to you?
Yeah.
That's a whole new question, but yeah, that was Shin itutíya immípayn. Who stood next to you? Shin itutíya immípayn. Who stood next to you? But you want to be, if you want to ask that question, who was standing? Where this one was. Shin itutišána immípayn. Who was standing next to you?
Damien, that's not the same in me as before that meant my, right?
Yeah. It's like saying it's on the parts of like when we're dealing with the I, the four. Nusukh mi'ay. So in mi'ay, like before me. So
Right, but
in immípayn.
But so is that saying who's standing next to me?
Oh, in me. Yeah, sorry. Good one. Yeah. Actually be I am in me. In me. Sorry. Yeah. There's a point that out. Yeah. Who's standing next to in me? Not in me, in me. Yeah, I'm asking you guys, who's standing next to me? But this one, Shin itutíya immípayn. Who was standing next to you? Im. You can carry this question out too even further. Like Shin itutíya immípayn kʷná at the longhouse. Shin itutíya immípayn school pa. Who's standing next to you at the school? Shin itutíya immípayn where's it? We lined up. Buffet pa. You know, those types of things. That question does come up a lot too about shin. So especially that during doings, instead of trying to figure out who was that person standing next to so and so, or who was that sitting there next to so and so.
How would we say that?
This is this one. Now this one will always change. Who? i'r payn. Who was sitting next to Ty? Yeah, you just put if you know the person that you're who the person sitting there, you know, but you're trying to figure out who was sitting next to that person. So the name will just change. i'r John Payn. You're sitting there trying to remember where John was sitting at. You're like, okay, so sit here. No, the other person. Oh, that. Okay. Any questions? Questions? More? This makes sense. That what's happening is changes a lot. The question of who, same here, Šínmaš. Šínmaš tway, iİ'ayčšána, kʷná. Who was your friend sitting over there? So it's add to this question. Šínmaš tway. Oops. Šínmaš tway, iİ'ayčšána, kʷná. Who is your friend sitting over there?
I don't know if this would make any difference, but can you use anashin in here too? Like Šínmaš tway, anashin iİ'ayčšána, kʷná.
Whoever your friend is.
Yeah. That wouldn't make sense, would it?
It'd be on the sense of your side. On the Šínmaš tway, iİ'ayčšána, kʷná. Whoever your friend is, whoever your friend is sitting over there, it's incomplete.
Okay.
Right there. Maybe they're getting told saying he should be doing that, should be sitting there, shouldn't be here or something. Or needs to be doing this, needs to be doing that. Yeah. On the Šínmaš tway, and whoever your friend is, yeah, it wouldn't work in this sense. Because it sounds more or less like that rude aunt or uncle that's always got to be critical on everything, on everybody. And whoever your friend is over there, and the Šínmaš one in immípayn, you are shum. Whoever your friend is over there is crazy. So yeah, so under shin wouldn't really work in there. It's more of a any more questions? Any questions? No questions? Good. Time is we got 2 minutes. 2 minutes and then some. So if we get cut off, come back. We'll add one more thing of mush. One more mush question in here. And that's Múunmaš. And again, yeah, I use two U's when I'm using this word. Mun is English terms. Students, I tried writing with one U, and they look at it as man, so it's mun. But they see the two U's, so they automatically register as mun. So I just stick with it. Múunmaš. When is your when? Mun is when. Múunmaš. When can we use this? Múunmaš.
Múunmaš was subsequent.
Múunmaš subsequent. Yeah. When is your lesson? When is your class? Any other ones? Múunmaš. When is your Múunmaš?
Múunmaš lunch.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, good. Now you could throw that in there. Múunmaš lunch. Well, when is your lunch? That you can put in English there as long as you remember the question itself. Múunmaš. When is your Múunmaš?
Is there a word for like a noontime meal or something?
Not that I know of. Just
Have I heard Fred say something like papachu tukwatat?
no, yeah, it's midday meal, midday food. Papachu kwatat.
Kapachu
Quartet.
Chikotat.
I've always thought of lunchtime as not really much of a meal, really, given that, you know, we think of breakfast. How much goes into your breakfast? You know, eggs, bacon, toast, hash browns, sometimes pancakes, maybe French toast, oatmeal. You know, it's pretty big, right? Sometimes you get big meal breakfast. Then you think of dinner. You know, same thing, full plate of meal. That when you come to lunchtime, a lot of times, what is it? A sandwich and a bag of chips. You know, really simple. So I've thought of it. I've looked at lunch as not something that really a big, something that's gonna totally fill you up and make you get tired. I thought of more of like a midday snack. I called it a snack myself. That's just the way I look at it. That's the way I see it. And that would be shupsh.
Shush.
Yeah. When's your snack? When's your snack time, pretty much? Múunmaš shupsh. When is snack? Vishnam time.
I heard once that the best time you can actually process food is during the time of lunch.
Mm-hmm. It is. Because your body's up and moving around. It's already mobilizing. Breakfast is why I don't know where that came from. I think it's just a myth that they say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But
there was a famous advertising campaign that was paid for by a bunch of breakfast cereal companies.
Yeah,
it is a myth.
I think the modern work week really affects how we eat now too, versus our real diet needs.
Yeah, because I can't eat breakfast. I can't eat a morning meal really myself. I get tired. I get sleepy.
I was gonna say, you're listing off all these things. Kupisin.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah, I'm drinking water or Mountain Dew in the mornings. I'm not a coffee drinker, so my source of caffeine in the mornings is Mountain Dew or water. But yeah, so so yeah, the best time to process a meal is at noon time, because your body's up, moving around. It's already burning energy. It's moving so when it gets time to do, about this time of day, yeah, you're gonna need to re-energize, get it going again. That's where they got that little sandwich or bag of chips, maybe 2 sandwiches. I don't know. I was one of those kids. I always trade my lunches in school. I thought it was cool to go in with a lunch box or lunch bag, have my sandwich. I didn't think it was cool to eat the school lunch at one time. I want to go to school with a sandwich. I want a ham sandwich and my little small bag of chips. Like, no, I wasn't getting those tiny bags. No, I got a big old grocery bag, looking like that dude from Breakfast Club. Had a big old grocery bag of sandwiches, big old bag of chips. Not realizing that I actually had a pretty good lunch. I thought it was embarrassing at one time. I looked back on it and said, wow, actually I had a pretty big lunch. What was I complaining around about? But yeah, shush. So lunchtime, that's my idea of lunchtime. Because you eat too much during lunchtime, yeah, then you're gonna really burn out. You're gonna get tired or finish out the rest of your day. I'm not saying that for everybody, but some people that's how that works. You eat too much at lunchtime, you're gonna, okay, I'm too lazy now. I don't want to finish out my day. I'm gonna Netflix and chill for the rest of my day. I really got to think about how much I eat during lunchtime now, because I got those Sunridge classes, so I can't be in dragging my feet in Sunridge. So Múunmaš subsequent, Múunmaš lunch, or papacho kwadat, or sapsik, Múunmaš. What would be another place would use this? Múunmaš.
Múunmaš iİayčšána? Is that birthday?
Wišayčtpamá.
Wišayčtpamá.
Wišayčtpamá. Yeah, these two words mean the same thing, but one's different. They're the same, but they're different. Wišayčt and nišayčt. They're the same thing, but they're slightly different. Wišayčt is actually like your day of birth, the time you were born. And this would be Also a place where you live, referring to the area, the region. Mana wišayčtpamá, where is it you live? And that's where the name Nichyawi, people around our surrounding areas refer to this whole region as Nichyawi. So, but this word here, wišayčtpamá, is your birthday. Múunmaš wišayčtpamá. So that's a good, actually a good question to use. Right, John, Múunmaš wišayčtpamá.
Iwa putum kupachat tway July and May. The 15th of July.
The lie. Múunmaš wišayčtpamá ra ticham kilosla.
Tway. Oh, what's the word for August? August.
August is the name of August is Tmishital.
3rd of August.
Hi, Múunmaš wišayčtpamá.
Just say it, Shapataki.
June 27.
Yeah. As long as you understand the question, that's all. Right now, it's all that matters. As long as you understand the question, what's being asked. Múunmaš wišayčtpamá. Annie, Múunmaš wišayčtpamá.
November 27th.
Hamish. Múunmaš wišayčtpamá.
mataš.
March 5th.
Hey.
I haven't heard that term in a long time. Been a while.
We never named the months yet. We just go by the days or the numbers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So counting that you read this and whatever the what are you 80 are you 81 or 80?
84.
84?
Hey.
Wow. I thought you were. I'm older than you are. God, make me feel old again. Damn it. I'm 81. In me, wišayčtpamá, ʷałá, tway. Or for hamish to get that would be pachat alchayich tway. That's fine. May 9th. So Múunmaš, good one. Any other ways that we can use this Múunmaš?
How would you say doctor appointment? Or something similar.
Just I didn't say I remember how to say doctor. Click up. This case now. One of those three terms like that. Click I don't know. Let's just write it out. Maybe someone. I can't even say it right now. I don't know how to. I wouldn't know how to say that. Múunmaš płɨx. Múunmaš wāku. Múunmaš. I think I would change that. You would drop. Oops. Moon. I think that would probably work out better. Múunmaš wākuksha. When are you visiting the doctor? No, that'd be a doctor. That's also a term too. That's what they use. The doctor visit the doctor, and then go visit with the doctor. That makes sense. I'm trying to work with this word here for to see a doctor. But my best guess would be to use the word visit. There's just so many different terms to use it. Ášawata. Múunmaš ášawata. You could say that too. Ášawata. I think ášawata would be a lot easier to use. Ášawata. Múunmaš ášawata. When are you going? When are you? Actually, not Múunmaš ášawata. When will you go? When is your? It's not the will. The will, you have to always put will in there. When is your? When is your when do you need to visit the doctor? Does that make sense there, Hamish? Múunmaš ášawata.
Which one is visit?
Ášawata.
Oh, yeah.
Múunmaš ášawata. When is your time to visit the doctor? When is it your time? When is your visit with the doctor? iİ'ayčšána. There we go. Put that in there. iİ'ayčšána. When is your visit with the doctor?
Hey, Múunmaš.
So we had Šínmaš. Who is your? No, we had naimuma, Šínmaš, tway or twayma, Šínmaš, spite, Šínmaš, sapsik, Šínmaš, túta, Šínmaš, Šínmaš, Šínmaš, shit. Then we moved on over to Múunmaš. When is your Múunmaš lunch? Múunmaš subsequent. And yeah, so we start off once from here and we move on over to another one. How it doesn't always have to stay in this form. This is just actually a basic form of when is your. And if you can't remember the term like Múunmaš appointment, you can throw that in there too. As long as you're always remembering the question, that's how to ask it. Múunmaš doctor's appointment. Múunmaš presentation. But I've given this to a lot of the even the Sunridge kids too, that this part here can change. That the mush will all be turned to mataš, iłáʼ. Múunmataš, like Múunmataš, támayčta. I'll be like asking teacham kilusla. Múunmataš támayčta. When will you guys do the támayčta? Múunmataš támayčta. When are you all doing that? So that'd be another way of asking that. The wa would drop off. That támayčta itself would become the action. Múunmataš támayčta. Or Múunmataš winata patchanuyaw. When are you guys leaving? When are you guys going to the mountains?
Could you use it for like when is your like ʷałá?
Yeah, Múunmataš kawita.
ʷałá.
When are you all feasting? I always put there would be the ta would always go in there right here. That's what I forgot, because we don't. It's always in the future tense because we don't know when it's happening. When you're asking that question, if this cancels out, the tense would be the ta. Like Múunmaš katwita. When are you feasting? Or Múunmataš katwita. When are you guys? When are you guys feasting? You know, Múunmataš.
Like a common thing, you know, people in conversation with people that live in another place, like when is your wiunu ready, or when is your roots ready, or how could you say something like that?
Yeah, Múunmataš or Múunmaš. Now, if you're always Múunmaš is one person, one-on-one. Múunmataš, you're asking more than one person. When is it? What is the word for ready?
Are we? Is that right?
Kawi. How? Múunmataš. Múunmataš what will know. Múunmataš will know. Or Múunmataš yachi, or you say chnit. Múunmataš chnit. Oh, drawing a blank here. Chawi? Is it chawi? Is it chawi?
That's
So-
what I've heard for like when something is like ripe or ready.
Yeah.
I've heard
Yeah,
Mildred say
Múunmataš.
that. They say that.
Múunmataš chnit. Chawita. When will y'all's roots be ready? The pa would refer to the roots. So pachawita. Pachawita. When will y'all's roots be ready? Múunmataš. Múunmataš chnit.
I've heard Tautolix use a different word, but I can't remember what that was.
Chnit chawita. Yeah, chawi.
I've definitely heard Tautolix use chawi for ripening, though. He might have another word too.
Yeah. Because feast time, when we do feast, you actually want to get them before they're ripe. You always want to get them before, except for the berries. Berries got to be, in there, in ready. Roots, so like piachi, we dig piachi when they're green still yet. The chaus still too, that the yellow, the little flowers are barely peeking out, or if that.
Might you use lati for any of them? When are they flowering?
Yeah, Múunmaš chnit latita. When will your roots bloom? When will your roots be blooming? Latita. Latisha means the bloom, blooming. But latita would be the when will bloom. Mun? I don't know. Any questions? Any questions? Yeah, so that was the Múunmataš.
Múunmataš.
Specific on this question too. Múunmataš ka'oita. Maybe you say Unu. Or Múunmataš ka'oita nusuk. Múunmataš ka'oita chnit. Oops, dang it. I'll deal with that later. I hit the wrong button on my thing. It said upgrade. I hit the upgrade now. So I'm not, I'll worry about that after I'm done here. And that's also, you can put mush in there too. Múunmaš. That even you can keep it in there. Múunmaš. Yeah, and there. Múunmaš. Ka'oit. When is your feast? Or Múunmataš ka'oit. When's y'all's feast? Yeah, there'll be a lot of time. A lot of times we talk in two forms. Yours or your guys's. So that would be the form of you guys. Was the matash. Múunmataš ka'oit. When's your guys' feast? Maybe get smarty with maybe once some of these other guys that want to take lead and be boss. Well, Múunmaš ka'oit. When's your feast? It's ask a group here and look at some that do by themselves. When's your feast? Múunmaš. So mush is the director to actually one person. It's a one-on-one conversation. Múunmaš. Right. Múunmaš flight. If you fly out, Múunmaš flight. If you're taking off. Múunmaš vacation. When is your vacation? All these different things here that we use. Yeah, good thing about these up though too.
I guess it could be hard to answer when a certain food would be ready because the dates seem to be kind of irrelevant.
And yeah, and that's one thing that I encourage, especially teach you and your family, to actually pay attention to the season, the seasons itself, the weather, and nature itself. Because if we continue to follow the modern calendar that we follow now, we're going to think that, you know, it's really off. When all actuality, nature's still in its own cycle. It's the calendar that we follow that is off. So that's how we're getting thrown off our balance. And, wow, this is early, this is late, or what? It didn't even come. And said, no, it's nature. Nature is a never-ending cycle. It's going to always be there. That we got to keep track of when, what weather was like, what happened, what's going on in nature. That way, at the same time, if we mark that time, if it's say if like today's date is October 1st, next year October 1st is not going to be on a Friday. It might be on a Thursday. It might be on a Sunday. That it's going to be really different.
Different than that moon cycle.
Yeah, different than that moon cycle. That moon cycle is what actually we need to follow also.
That's what your dad keeps stressing to me every time I talk to him. He's always stressing that to me about follow the moon. You know, learn about the moon cycles more than that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because yeah, the modern calendar is it's always to throw us off. Always to throw us off. And that's something that I was trying to chime in on some of the webinars they're having about, you know, the first foods and whatnot. They're talking about, yeah, global warming, you know, climate change is a real thing, but the cycle of nature is never changing. It always goes back to creation stories, that the fish will always do what it's done for years and years and years and years. Nothing, yeah, we can change it, but it's still gonna follow that same path. And we look at the calendars, oh, the fish runs late. No, it's actually on time. It's the calendar that's late.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even the whole concept of time itself is off.
Yeah.
Because we lose an hour and we gain an hour. We're taking back an hour. So it's like, so yeah, we're being programmed in a sense that, yeah, we're feeling like we're lost, but actually we need to get back to, you know, following that nature cycle from when all time began, to gain that knowledge back again, to see where our faults are, to get back into that groove again, in that balance. Well, I hope today was helpful.
Yeah, good class.
But we'll continue on with the mush again. Some more mush. Mush and mataš. Actually, we'll continue on with those two forms. But we still got, I think, 2 more terms, question terms that deal with this mush. Because we did mishmash, Múunmaš, and we did Šínmaš. Now Múunmaš. We got 2 more to go over with mush. Now we'll mush and mataš, and we'll that. You guys can practice with this. Múunmaš, Šínmaš. Šínmaš doesn't really happen a whole lot. It does happen. Múunmaš happens a lot nowadays. No, Múunmaš practice. What is your practice? Football practice. No, whatever practice is. Múunmaš concert. No, Múunmaš program. When's your school program? No, those types of things. Múunmaš, that you can always put the English in there, but as long as you're asking the question, Múunmaš is how it all keeps going. It's like we always say, Mishnah. Understanding the question is good. Not worried about the response just yet, as long as you understand what I'm asking. Mishnah. Múunmaš. So I hope today was helpful.
Yeah.
And we'll next Wednesday we'll continue on. Let you. I know it's getting close to less than a minute now. Getting close to class time for me. Got another hour. I gotta rush up to Sunridge. And it's good to see you all. I'm glad you guys were here. Glad you guys made it. Good to see you. I teach and I'm still getting used to saying that long name yet. Támayčta.
And it's in the atlas. It's the name of Mount Emily, támayčta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. And Hamish, glad you made it back. Good to see you again. Glad you're here. Yeah. So we'll carry on again. We'll pick up even more next Wednesday.